Angie. Good morning, dancers. I hope everyone's doing well. I have my best friend here, Fergus, and he's very excited to see you. Well, he got a haircut recently, so he looks really cute right now. Hi. Hi, thank you. Today, we're going to do a new ballet bar. We're going to work on our conditioning, our splits, and our straddles, and also our core muscles, which are so important in dance. Excuse me. Excuse me, Miss Katie has some allergies, so she's got a little bit of a tickle in her throat. So we'll do our bar, we'll do our conditioning, then we'll do some battements. We'll do a step saute, which if you're in my pandas class, is in your recital number, so we're going to practice that. And we'll also do some jazz walks. This is a jazz and ballet technique class, and jazz walks are not just walking down the street. So if everybody's ready, we'll get started with bar. That means, Fergus, you're going to have to get out of my lap. I'm so sorry. Okay. So for bar today, excuse me, Fergus. For bar today, we're going to start off with 2 tendus to the front, 2 to the front. Now, when we do our tendus to the front, make sure we have our nice turnout. Standing up nice and tall. Our ribs are tucked in. Our butt is tucked under. And we want to see a nice straight line forward. That heel is pushing forward, forward, forward. So 2 to the front, then 2 tendus to the back. And we do our tendus to the back. I'm looking for your heel to push down. We want to keep that turnout going. Hi, Fergus. And I want to see a nice straight line, straight back behind you. So you're going to, hi. So we do 2 to the front, then 2 tendus to the back. Then we're going to do 2 dégagés to the front. So remember, a dégagé is the same thing as a tendu. We're just lifting our foot off the floor just an inch high. Okay, I'll pick you up. We can do bar while holding Fergus, right? So 2 dégagés to the front. Same thing we do with our tendu, just lifting our foot up off just an inch. And then 2 dégagés to the back, same thing. Same as when we did our tendu, just lifting our foot off just an inch. Make sure every time you're closing to a nice first position. Can I go back to doing bar now? Yeah, okay. Here you go, baby, good boy. So after we've done our 2 tendus to the front and 2 to the back, 2 dégagés to the front and 2 dégagés to the back, now we're gonna do a leg swing, which is one of my favorite things that we can do in all of ballet. A leg swing looks like this. Where you just swing your leg back and forth. It's really great for opening up your hip. It feels so much fun. However, the trick is that you wanna make sure you come through a first position every time. It's really just you doing your dégagé to the front and back, just sped up. So I go to the front, I close through first. I go to the back, I close through first, front, back. Go through first every time. You can see my foot actually comes down before it comes all the way up. See how my foot is scraping along the ground? So 2 tendus to the front, 2 tendus to the back, 2 dégagés to the front, 2 dégagés to the back. Then we're going to do 8 leg swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll close, demi-plie, give me a passe, and then we'll turn around and we'll do the other side. All right? You guys ready to give that a try with the music? Good morning, Caroline. Happy to see you here. Hope everyone's ready to practice. And dancers, don't forget to give me a shout out in the chat if you're here so I can give you a shout out, all right? I love seeing you guys in class. All right, I've got some music for us. Are you ready to do bar? Yes? So right now, you should be standing in first position, having a chair or a counter somewhere near you. Arms are in first, so when the music starts, you can go open and ready, okay? Here we go. Here we go, to the front, to the front. Tendu now, to the back, tendu, to the back. Dégagés now, open to the front, to the front, now to the back. I'm moving second this whole time. Leg swings, close, to first, first. 3, 6, 7, 8, and close. Plie, passe, other side. Starting with tendus again. To the front, to the front, to the back. Bring your heel, straight knees, dégagé front, dégagé front, dégagé back. Here's the swing, close, 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 close. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I think I was off count there somehow. And passe, and close, and done. Great job with bar today, guys. Good morning, Isla. Happy to see you here. All right, dancers, so good job with bar. Ready for conditioning? Yes, it's not my favorite either, but it's so, so important. We're never gonna get those big, beautiful leaps with a beautiful split in the air unless we can do a split on the ground first. Good morning, Lila. Good morning. All right, so we've been working on our splits by going into a lunge each week, but that can be a little bit hard, especially if we're not that close to having our splits yet. So I'm going to show you something that we can do today that will get us going. All right, so another thing that you can do if you don't want to go right into your lunge is you can try to do a split while lying back on the ground. So go ahead and lie on your back for me. Ugh. Don't take a nap while you're here, although it's very tempting. Can you all see me? You can see me. Okay, good. So I want you to bring one of your knees into your chest. Make sure your bottom leg is nice and straight. See how I have my pointed toe, my straight knee? I'm bringing this foot in. I'm giving it a little hug, and I can feel it in my hip that I'm getting a little bit of a stretch. Now I want you to do is I want you to straighten that bent leg. Boop. Can you grab onto your calf and give it a little pull? I'm feeling this right under here in my hamstring. That is my splitting muscle. So I'm going to pull. I'm going to hold it. So the trick is you have to actually hold it, all right? So I'm going to hold it for 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull a little harder. 6, 7, 8. So when you're stretching, it should hurt just a little bit. That's how you know it's working. But you never want to push yourself to the point where you're going to hurt yourself. So when you get to a point where it hurts, go a smidgen further, and then stop. All right, let's do the other leg. Bring that knee in. Hi, Fergus. Give it a hug. Pull it in. You don't want it out here. Pull. Use those arm muscles to pull it in. Ready? We're going to stretch it up. Grab onto your calf and give it a pull. Bending my elbows to give it a pull. Holding for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Give it a little pull. Okay, good. We've also been working on getting a nice, strong tummies. You know how important that is for balancing. I talk all the time about how you have to hold your belly in nice and strong to balance well. So instead of doing planks today, we're going to do some exercises to get your lower belly nice and strong, using that same thing we just did. So bring that leg up and hold on to it. You might want to hold on to your thigh or your calf. It kind of depends on how flexible you're feeling today. Hi, Fergus. What are you doing? You want to come here? You're getting me in the way? Thank you. All right. So we're going to hold it. And see how I'm all curled up right here? It's like I'm trying to climb up my leg. That's what I want you to do too. Because now we're going to switch our legs. Switch. And my upper body doesn't move. Try that for me. Switch. Straight legs. Switch. I'm doing like a scissor kick with my legs. Switch. Let's do 8 of these together. Ready? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, great job. Now for me, I can feel this heartburn. I can feel this in my belly right now, okay? So let's do a little flip over and stretch out our bellies by pushing up like this. Good job stretching, Fergus. Oh, and now I can feel it in my belly. It feels a little bit better. Good morning. Good morning. All right, dancers. Well, Fergus is doing a great job stretching. All right, how are you all doing? Oh, I see that Lila and Isla are having a good time. The dog's name is Fergus. Now, make sure you guys aren't just talking to each other, that you're dancing too. I love that you guys are talking to each other, but you want to do the stuff that we're doing in class today. Okay. So last thing we're going to do for conditioning is we are going to work on stretching our straddle positions. Straddle position is super hard for me. So here's one thing that you can do to get it ready. If you come up to, excuse me, Fergus, give me a nice second position plie, a grand plie, so second position, so my feet are turned out, coming down, and I'm going to put my hands on my two thighs. Make sure it's nice and wide, so you have a straight line between your ankle and your knee. Okay, now drop your one shoulder, and you can feel the pull right in here, giving it a nice little stretch. All right, now drop the other shoulder. Good. Try it other way. Good. Can you get a little bit lower? Good. All right, one more on each side. Stretch. If you can't feel it, you need to go a little bit lower. Good job. Whew. All right, that is enough of conditioning. Shall we do bot-ons? Yes. All right. Fergus is cute. He is the cutest dog in the whole wide world. I wish I could bring him to class at Shaw, but unfortunately I can't. I know he's very handsome. Okay, guys, let's do our bot-ons. So we did tendus, we did dégagés. Bot-ons are the exact same thing, but we're just going a little bit higher. So what are things that I always say never to do during bot-ons? No crunchy torsos, no bent knees. I would rather you keep your leg lower and have a nice upper body than to try to get it super high and go crunch or show me bent knees. So straight knees, straighten toe, no crunches, all right? Let's put on some music for our bot-ons. We're gonna do forward to the front, forward to the side, other foot, forward to the front, forward to the side. We're gonna do some to the back today too, but we'll worry about that after.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hold on, I got commercials on YouTube. And good, here we go. So make sure you're not using your bar for this. I want you standing in the middle. First position turned out. Tighten up here. We just worked those belly muscles, so they should be nice and strong. Ready? Forward to front. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Close the first every time. 4. 2 to the side on the diagonal. Not that straight to the side. Diagonal each time so we can keep that turn out. Other foot. Here we go. To the side. Great job, girls. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do them to the back, but we're going to do them to the back without the music because they're a little bit trickier, and so I want you to think about them, okay? So make sure you have your counter or your chair that you can use for your bar here. I'm going to go ahead and use my counter, and I want you to go ahead and give me a tendu to the back. I want you to lift like you're doing a dégagé, and lift a little bit higher. It's really natural to move your torso a little bit forward as you do a back bot, but you want to try to minimize that as much as possible. You can see it's probably hard to see because I'm in a limited space. I am moving a little bit forward, but I'm not going to go ahead and pitch my whole torso. So go ahead and give me that tendu. Look down. Is your heel pushing forward, or are you like this? This is not what we want. You see how my heel is facing the ceiling? Heel should be pushing down, pushing forward like it's trying to touch your other heel. Show me that turnout. Lift, lift, lift. And now bottom up. Minimize the amount you're going forward. Try to keep it straight. It's hard to get this one into a nice, even line without crunching forward. We always talk about crunching forward like this. Pitching forward is the other problem we have with these back ones. All right, try the other leg for me. Can you turn you back? Check your heel. Are you like this? Is your heel pointing at the ceiling? I'm looking down so I can check it. All right, here we go. And tendu, lift it up, tendu, and close. Now bottom up, close, and up, and up, and up, and up. Oh, I got feel. My legs are tired already. Looks like you guys are doing a good job. Yes? Good. All right. So we did our stretches. We did our Batmans. I think it's time for jazz walks. This is fun. Nobody in my classes has learned this yet. And it is a nice, fun move that anybody of any level can do. So what is jazz dance? Well, it's upbeat. It's fun. It's a little bit sassy. And you can do it to all different kinds of music. So we're going to do some sassy walks. But first, I want you to just practice moving your shoulders for me, okay? Move one, then the other. One, then the other. One, then the other, and one, then the other. Are you doing one first, then the other? Now, these are not big things where you're trying to scrape something off here. It's just a really subtle little movement. Feels very natural. Now, can you move your arms with it too? Let that shoulder kind of give you a little wave all through your arm. So, little wave. See how the rest of my arm kind of flows with it? So I'm not just moving my shoulder. I'm letting my whole upper body move. So, one, then the other. From the shoulder, elbow, wrist each time. Moving both the arms. Your cat is breakdancing. What? Are you guys rolling your shoulders? Yes? How's that feel? Feeling good? Feeling natural? All right, I think we're ready for feet. So, with jazz walks, we're not going to walk down the street like this. We are going to make sure that we're facing the audience the whole time. So, where is your audience? For me, it's you guys. So, I'm looking right at my camera. Maybe you're looking right at me. That's your audience. And so, what I want you to do is to step, open, and cross. So, you're taking those steps, but you never take your hips away from the audience. We talk a lot about how your hips, which direction they point, especially in ballet. In jazz, we're going to focus on that too. Your hips are going to point at your audience. So step, cross, step, cross. My hips never leave the audience. Let's go back the other way. This foot's going to step first. Step. Which foot's going to cross? Cross. Step and cross. Step. Good. Going back this way. Step. Cross. Now this time, can you give me a little hip pop when you said first step? Pop. Cross. Pop. And good. Other way. Pop. Pop. And pop. Good. Now, this time I want you to do it with a little bit of a releve, okay? We're not all the way up our very tip of our toes. We're also not going to step flat. So, we tried it with the hip pops. Now, think if you're going to stay on the tips of your toes the whole way across. Other side. On my toes, hip, pop, step, and cross. Other side. Step, cross, step, cross, step, cross. Other side, and step, cross, step, cross. Now, why do we practice those shoulders? Because now we're going to work them in. So you want to lift the same shoulder as the foot that's stepping. So I'm stepping on my right foot, or I'm sorry, for you guys, it's to your left. Then the same shoulder goes up. Boop. And when you cross, the other shoulder goes up. Step, cross. Go that way this time. Up, cross. All right, which foot is going to go and which shoulder is going to go? Think about it. Up, cross. So when I'm doing this, I'm getting a nice little figure eight going with my shoulders, and my feet are going at the same time. Let's do this a couple times. Ready? 5, 6. Take it nice and slow. Step, cross. Step, cross. Don't forget you're on your toes. Other way. Step, cross. Hip comes out, and now it's back. Up, cross. Ready for the other side. Out, cross, out, and cross. Look at my shoulders. They move with my feet again. Cross, and cross. Which foot goes out? Which foot crosses? Good. So think about your comfort right now, too. Where are you? Are you having trouble just understanding which feet go first? Just focus on that. Are you feeling like, oh, I got it? Then I want you to think about, how can you make this fun and sassy? What should you be thinking about as you do this? Because all dance has a personality, right? All dance has a story. So maybe you're thinking, I'm so happy I'm going back to school. I'm so happy I'm seeing my friends. So you get a nice bouncy walk, all right? So let's try it with some music. Oh, not that song, we already did that song. Let's do this one. Oh, I've got another commercial. One of these days, I will pay for the fancy YouTube with no commercials. Hope you guys can hear that. Find the beat. Can you count that beat with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Count the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're gonna step on each count. 3, 4. Let's try it. Ready? Start on this foot. 6, 7. Here we go. Other way. Other way. Left time. Good job, guys. So, challenge for you is find a song you love, count the beat, and then practice those walks to your song. It can be anything you want. It can be just something from The Descendants. It can be Ariana Grande. It can be something from Frozen. Whatever you love. Find a song and then try those walks, okay? So, last thing we're going to do before we go is, this is especially for my pianists, but it's a great thing for everybody to learn. We're going to practice step sauté, okay? So, this is why we practice our battements for so long, because it's a jump where that battement is essential. In this, I want you to pick any foot you want. I'm going to do off of this foot. I'm going to tendu. I'm going to step onto that foot. And I'm going to jump up on that same foot and land on it. Up and down. You might want to use your bar just to get a little bit of a feel for it, okay? Just so you can get a little bit more off the ground. Because the whole goal is, when you jump off that one foot, to get just high enough that you can point your foot in the air, like this. You see how my foot pointed out nice and strong? So when you do that, tendu, step, jump, and land, landing on the same foot. We talked about what your jumping foot is doing. It's pushing off, so you have a straight knee and a pointed toe. What is your back foot doing? Well, it's going to push out like you're doing a back battement. See my straight knee, see my pointed toe, see how my heel is pushed down. So tendu, plie, ready to jump? Jump! Landing on the same foot. Good, again, tendu, plie. My weight is over the jumping foot. Ready to jump? Jump! Landing on the same foot, coming back. This one can be hard to do if you're in a small, excuse me. This one can be hard to do if you're in a small space like me. You might want to think about doing it outside. Let's do it a couple more times. I'm going to let you go for the day, okay? Tendu, plie, jump, and close. If you have room to do your arms, I would love to see whatever your jumping foot is, that same arm is going to go up by your ear, and whatever leg is going back is going to go out to the side to make a nice L. So see how I have an L with my feet and an L with my arms? Kind of making a big K, like a K from Miss Katie. All right. Plie, up. Let's try the other foot a couple times, okay? Now I'm going to tendu this foot. Plie onto it. Where is your weight? This foot should be free. If I came around, I should be able to pick up your foot without you noticing. And jump. Again. Tendu. Plie. Ready, up. And back. So make sure you give that one a practice, guys. Oh my gosh, we are over time. I think it's time for us to wrap up. So, I would love for all of you to go and practice your recital numbers now. There's new videos for you. Go find your playlist. There's one for unicorns, one for pandas, one for dolphins. Thank you to everybody who came and showed up today. I am so excited to see you all. I know that Caroline, Lila, and Isla were here. Thank you guys. I miss you all so, so much. But practice your choreography, because I know with my dancers, we are almost done with our recital numbers. And the recital that we're going to do virtually is coming up in just a few weeks. It's going to be so much fun, all right? I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Keep practicing, keep moving, and take care. Bye, guys.